Hey everyone, and welcome to another Premodern Magic Online video. I'm going to be talking about a lands deck. As you can see, the deck that I have has a lot of lands in it. But what this deck is trying to do is primarily get the card Horn of Greed in play. So this 3-mana artifact, whenever a player plays a land, that player draws a card. And this card is pretty pivotal to this deck's success and plan. And it also has 4 Enlightened Tutors to go get it. But assuming this Horn of Greed is in play, a lot of what the cards you're playing are going to be drawing you cards because there are so many lands in the deck. There are cards like Exploration, which allows you to play an additional land on each of your turns, and the card Summer Bloom, which is a 2-mana sorcery that you can put 3 additional lands. You can play 3 additional lands that turn. So if you have a Horn of Greed and these cards you're starting to churn through your deck, and ideally you can maybe even get 2 Horn of Greeds, but if you don't, you might just build up a lot of mana and then maybe slow your opponent down with cards like Rishadan Port, or be able to take a few of their non-basics out with Wasteland as you kind of progress your game state with playing more lands and drawing cards and hopefully hitting a lot more land drops than your opponent. But what ends up happening is you reach a kind of a critical mass state where you have enough Horn of Greed triggers and have enough land drops that you're basically able to go through your entire deck. And you'll get a bunch of lands in play, or maybe a bunch in your hand. And the way that you actually kill them is with the card Seismic Assault. So this enchantment costs red, red, red. And if you discard a land card, you can deal 2 damage to any target. So if you have 10 lands in your hand and this in play, you can just kill your opponent from 20. So if you have too many of the lands in play, you can have trade routes and you can pick a bunch up. And then there's 1 copy of Gaea's Blessing. This is kind of just if some of your important pieces get countered or discarded, you have a way to get them back, and it replaces itself. So it's not the worst thing to draw in the early turns, and you can just kind of basically cycle it. There is a couple of copies of Crop Rotation, which can get a few interesting cards, or a few interesting lands that I'll talk about. And then this one has a 1 copy of Gamble. I think different iterations have had different numbers of gambles, but it's kind of just an additional tutor. So going over the different lands that are selected for this deck, which there are a lot. There are 36 lands in this deck. So this version is playing 3 Ancient Tomb, and pretty much the only reason to play this Ancient Tomb is just to get out a Horn of Greed faster. As you can see, like the other cards in this are not very, they're all like color intensive, like Seismic Assault, or don't have a lot of colorless mana. So it's pretty much just trying to get a Horn of Greed out a turn earlier, and it's really just because that card is so important in this deck. There is 1 copy of Barbarian Ring. This is one of the tutor targets for Crop Rotation. One way of dealing with a Meddling Mage, which is problematic for this deck if they name Seismic Assault. This is the way to deal with it. So Dust Bowl is, there's a copy to, it's like a Wasteland, but you'll be able to do it over turn. Another interesting land is Glacial Chasm. So this land does not tap for mana on its own. It has cumulative upkeep, pay 2 life. So every turn you put a counter on it, and you have to pay 2 life for each counter. Otherwise, you have to sacrifice this land. So very steep upkeep cost, but it has the effect of creatures can't attack you and prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Also, I guess I should note that when it comes into play, you also have to sacrifice another land. So it's difficult to get into play. You should already have some amount of like a board presence in terms of lands, but it can really shut out some decks or give you a bunch of time and give you a few turns to kind of, after you have your engines, going to get your Horn of Greeds and draw a bunch of cards. So Glacial Chasm, which can be fetched out with Crop Rotation, is a tutor target. Kor Haven is kind of a Mazaveth, can untap or prevent damage from attacking creature. This is mostly a nod to Phyrexian Dreadnought, but Rishadan Port is really important because it can tap down your opponent's mana, slow them down, also can put down their counterspell mana, so you can resolve important cards like Horn of Greed. There are some layer lands that come into play, but then also pick up another land. And then similarly, Undiscovered Paradise is really important in this deck because not only is it a 5-color land, but it works really just well with the mid game when you have Horn of Greed, that you can guarantee that you always have land drops to play because you convert those land drops into card draw. So that's pretty much the main deck. I'll quickly go over the sideboard. So we have a lot of tutor targets because of the Enlightened Tutors that are in the main. There's Tormod's Crypt. Cursed Totem is shut down primarily mana abilities of like cards like Elves. There are 3 copies of Defense Grid against decks with lots of counter spells. There's a Null Rod, Sacred Ground if your opponent is going to be casting cards like Armageddon or something, or maybe lots of Wastelands. A Seal Cleansing is a toolkit as a disenchant effect. Chill, good against the red decks. Solitary Confinement is kind of like a Glacial Chasm effect, because you might end up drawing extra cards because of Hornagreed to keep this around and keep yourself alive a little bit. Or Silence is kind of that disenchant effect, but also could slow them down if they need to play a bunch of them. Energy Flux if they're really artifact based. Engineered Plague against the small tribal decks. Humility against the decks that combo with creatures or just go wide and whatnot. And then there's a Decree of Justice. This is kind of just an alternate win condition against some of the decks that might be able to answer your threats. So that's the deck. I really enjoy playing this. It's really fun. So let's see if we can get some wins with it. So I'll see you down at the matches. Hey everyone, we are playing the Lands deck against my friend Lester, and it looks like this hand obviously has a lot of lands, and I don't think we can keep this. I think we're looking for something that can have Hornagreed is what we're looking for, so I'm going to take a mulligan. This hand has a lot of Summer Blooms. Does have a Hornagreed. I don't think this is something that we want. Obviously we would put a Summer Bloom on the bottom, but beyond that, we can't really get to a spot where we're playing Hornagreed and taking advantage of it, so I'm going to mulligan again. Alright, this does have a Hornagreed. Doesn't have any acceleration. Does have a Rishadan Port, which could slow our opponent down. I am going to keep this. I'm going to put Glacial Chasm and it's either Trade Routes or Wasteland. I think I'm going to put Trade Routes. I think I'd rather have the extra land right now. Alright, so I'll play a Wasteland. I think that would be the first one. If my opponent also had a Wasteland, that would be the first choice. I think that to be Wastelanded. And I intend on playing Rishadan Port next. Okay, Lands Elves. Ooh, Ancient Tomb. So I guess I'm going to I played Hornagreed this turn, or I could yeah, I think I'm gonna just play Hornagreed right away. And that way I can get my draw engine online. So my opponent has played another land. Not exactly sure what they'd be playing. Forest, Land, or Elves. Okay, Survival Fittest. I'm thinking Elves at this point. And here we have a Kieran Ranger. So there will be no shortage of forests for my opponent to play with the Hornagreed. Alright. So what do I need to do to take advantage? So I'm going to play this Rishadan Port. I guess maybe I should have played the Undiscovered Paradise in case I drew like an exploration. But I will pass a turn and tap a land during my opponent's untap step. Or upkeep. Alright. This is not super beneficial because my opponent's pretty set on mana, given with the Kieran Ranger and Lands and Elves. Elves deck doesn't usually need too much mana in the initial turns. It really can take advantage of a bunch of mana later, but right now developing, I think tapping one land isn't super effective. Yeah, and they get to use survival right away. So discarding the Yavimaya Ranger, that's usually the easiest way to get the mountain into play. Elected for a Priest of Titania. Okay. Lands Elves comes into play. Okay, well, untap the Lands Elves and return Forest. I get to draw another card. We know about a priest. There's 5 other cards in hand. I mean, at this point, I don't even know what the best draw is, but kind of with survival having a bunch of mana, it can do a lot of damage. Okay, Tanglewire is not the worst thing in the world. I feel like if the games are continuing on for a few turns, that probably gives me the edge, but I guess I'm not unhappy to see Tanglewire. Okay, so tap 4. Okay. Can play. I'll play a Wasteland. Draw a card. Okay. So this will give me the opportunity to Summer Bloom if I get another turn. Alright, tapping a Tanglewire, a Lands Elves, and a Forest. Oh, a Kieran Ranger. Okay. So, at this point, my opponent has... Without an active like Priest of Titania, I guess there's not like a super explosive turn that I'm worried about. Okay, there's the mountain, so things might have haste if anger is searched up and discarded with survival. There's the priest that we knew about. Okay. And a second one. Alright. Lots of mana. Alright, at this point, let's see if we can take advantage of things. Okay, Hornegreed and 2 other cards. I think it's just 2 other Wastelands. Okay, so we'll want to play an Undiscovered Paradise. Draw a card. I don't want to play a Summer Bloom. Do I want to tap the Ancient Tomb? I'm going to. There's a chance I don't use this mana, but I think I might want to use the Rishadan Port. I'll play City of Brass in case I draw something that I need for color mana. If I have 2 other lands, I will play another city. Draw a card. Okay, there's an exploration. So I'll use that. I should be able to play both these lands in my hand. I'll play Ancient Tomb. Ooh, another exploration, okay. Let's play this Rishadan Port. I will play an exploration and a Gemstone Mine. So kind of at this point it's can't cast the Seismic Assault. Opponent's gonna have a lot of mana. I can tap 2 lands, but I don't think that's like super effective in any way. I think it might be worth it. But at this point, I guess I could tap my Gemstone Mine to cycle Gaia's Blessing. Not exactly sure what I'm trying to draw. I guess I'll do it because my mana's kind of there anyways. Okay. Okay, so I'll pass the turn. I mean, things look pretty grim, I guess, if my opponent has 10 mana just from the Priest of Titania. I feel like they should be able to kind of win from here. But I guess we'll just stick it out for a little bit longer. Yeah, I guess during the upkeep I will tap a forest, and I'll tap the other forest. I don't think this is like a super efficient thing. Obviously they could use survival or just, yeah, and they also have a lot of mana anyways, but we'll see. See if we get to untap. I highly doubt that we will get another turn from this point. Discarding Deranged Hermit, which I guess good. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter if they usually have more than one copy in their deck anyways. Probably gonna get Anger at this point. Okay, they get Squee. I'll discard Squee. I don't know, Anger still... Okay, Kamal. I guess they're just going... Do they have enough to kill me right here? Kamal costs 6 to play and 5 to activate. With just the priests as 10, Land and Elves is 11. And then it's not quite enough. Okay, here's a Kamal. I guess you should just be able to like discard a creature, go get Anger, and Kamal can overrun. But oh, maybe I did my math wrong. We got a 4/4. All right, we got these all can attack, so should be dead. Little untap for a little extra damage. I guess we're getting fancy here. Ooh, more overruns. Okay. All right. Big Land and Elves, 7/7s. Will Lester finish me off? So a lot of mana to the Elf Survival Elves deck, and they able to take it down. So let's move on to game 2. Alright, for game 2 we're on the play. Yeah, this is another one of those hands that just doesn't have like a draw engine. I mean, it doesn't have any colored mana either, so I'm gonna mulligan this. Here. I just don't think this does enough. I think you're looking for something with a draw engine. And I think this is just too reactive, so I'm going to mulligan again. Alright, I got a Horn of Greed here. I don't have an Ancient Tomb, but I'm going to keep. Do I want to keep something like a Glacial Chasm? I could buy me like a decent number of turns against the elf deck. I'm going to keep. To put 2 cards on the bottom. I am going to put this Glacial Chasm on the bottom. It would be nice if I was able to keep it, but I don't think I can. Maybe I should have done this differently the way I kept, because at this point I might have to be using Gemstone Mine counters to tap with a Rishadan Port. Okay. So a Lands and Elves from Leicester. Okay, I get a exploration. I will play this turn. I mean, sometimes I might not want to because I want to save my lands for the Hornegreed activations, but here I'm able to at least use my Rishadan Port. So maybe this can slow them down a little bit. I'm able to play Hornegreed and draw a card next turn. Maybe I can just keep the lands flowing and keep things going. Yeah, another Lands and Elves. And then we have Iron Ranger. Okay. This still could provide opportunity for them to untap the Lands and Elves and play a Finhorn Elves. Lots of elves. I'm going to play my Hornegreed. I get to draw a couple of cards at least. Crop rotation. That's a decent one because I could get the. I get a Glacial Chasm at instant speed. So at least I'm not dead the way that I would have been last game to a overrun effect. Given the option, I will use my Undiscovered Paradise at the end of my turn so that I have another land drop. Okay. Discards a Multani's Acolyte. Leicester will be getting Priest of Titania. Okay. Plays it. Alright. Going to attacking. That's good for us. So they have a lot of mana next turn. Alright. We get to play Undiscovered Paradise. Draw a card. Play a Rishadan Port. Draw a card. At this point, I could gamble. Discarding the crop rotation is real ugly, so I think I'm just gonna pass. Like if my opponent goes for a big turn and tries to kill me, I'm able to crop rotation for Glacial Chasm. And I guess I can't think of too many ways of where I really get punished just by kind of playing it slow. I'm going to be able to draw 2 extra cards next turn. I feel like most of the Elves deck, the way they get on is either with a Masticore or like a Kamal. So neither of those is like super effective since I don't have any creatures, and then the Kamal I can circumvent with a crop rotation into Glacial Chasm. So I think I'm in an okay spot here. I guess they can get Nantuko Vigilante and blow up my Hornegreed. I guess that makes my sequences a lot more awkward. I guess I should probably be using my Rishadan Port as well. Alright, Masticore revealed. Okay. But like I said, Masticore, like, not that scary. It's just like a 4/4. I mean, he has to pitch a card every turn, so I mean, the more turns this comes to play, stays in play, I think it's actually okay for me. Survival's gonna discard. Yeah, definitely could have used my Rishadan Ports during the upkeep. I guess I missed that. I guess it just forces the discards to happen right away. Okay, Kamal. Not again, like with the crop rotation, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think if I get to untap, I'm still not in the worst shape. Only one counter on the Gemstone Mine. Okay. And especially if my opponent doesn't put me to like dead, then I can wait. Well, I guess I wouldn't want to wait on the crop rotation because the Glacial Chasm has the cumulative upkeep of paying life. So there's definitely incentive to not take a giant chunk of damage. Okay, we're making... Oh, okay. So a Masticore with Kamal, I guess, does have a decent interaction. I can't even tap this for mana since it's a creature that just came into play. Alright, I will... Well, this one's not summoning 6, so I guess I can wait. I mean, I guess at this point maybe I should just be using crop rotation. That's probably what I should do. Alright, I will use crop rotation. Oh man, he can make Glacial Chasm into a creature. I did not consider that. That makes everything really awkward. That makes things a lot more difficult now that I think about it. Okay. This is not ideal, I guess. I think... Okay. They're not going for the big overrun turn, but yeah, this is pretty good for my opponent. I'm trying to think what I need to do. Okay, I can gamble for a Seismic Assault and shoot. I won't have lands to shoot the Kamal though. Yeah, that turn did not go the way that I was expecting. Oh, with an untap and my lands dying. This is not great. So, okay, this becomes a creature. I guess. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but maybe I should have used the Reflecting Pool mana and crop rotated that one away. Yeah, this is definitely uglier than I thought. There's a squee. Okay. I think I just need to like gamble for Summer Bloom and then just hope things go like really well for me. I feel like it's really unlikely that I'm able to get out of this situation. Alright, I'll play a Gemstone Mine so my Reflecting Pools tap for colored mana. I guess I should use this exploration first. Since these are just cards anyways. Okay, so now I can't, I guess I get Summer Bloom. Because if I can't get anything like Seismic Assault because I can't cast it. And I only have one land to deal 2 damage, which is not enough. So let's gamble for... Okay, I mean, I don't know at this point. I'll get a Summer Bloom. Play Rishadan Port. Need to draw like a million gazillion lands in a row. Enlightened Tutor. Because here my lands just get blown up. I don't think there's a good... I mean, I could tap during his upkeep, but this doesn't really do that much. Still able to activate Mastercore and Kamal. I think I'm pretty much in a very bad spot. Like I'm losing 2 lands for sure. Alright, I'm just gonna pack this up. I think he's got it. Let's move on to sideboarding and see if I can do anything. Alright, we're looking at the sideboard. Engineered Plague stands out. Cursed Totem. I don't think Solitary Confinement is good enough because of cards like Nantuko Vigilante. You could make an argument for these artifact disruptions, but I think I'm just looking at these 3 right now. Are there any cards that I don't really like? I'm going to take out 1 Glacial Chasm. I'm going to take out 1 Trade Route. I probably can take out 1 Wasteland. And then put in these 3. I think this is okay. Improve a little bit, but I'm trying to think what the Elves deck is bringing in. I don't know if they improve more than I do. It's kind of troublesome. Well, let's see if we can squeak out the next 3 games with this. Alright, we're here for game 3. Back on the play. Okay, so I have Hornet Grade, I have Exploration, I have Enlightened Tutors. Got 3 lands. What is the best way to do this? Yeah, I think we just run it out there, run the Exploration out there. Just want to draw something like an Undiscovered Paradise. Looks like Lester's mulliganing to 6, then to 5. Giving us a little bit of breathing room. Maybe we can take advantage of that. Alright, 5 cards. Let's start with an Exploration and a Brushland. Okay, I don't think do I need to Enlightened Tutor for anything? I guess getting something like Engineered Plague. I guess if they just go Land or Elves. Yeah, I think that's worth just trying to kill. This Engineered Plague on top. I would like to draw that one. I mean, it's definitely not game over. But the Engineer Plague's pretty good against the Elves deck. Oh, I gotta choose a creature type. Okay. Alright. So they gotta respond to this before they do anything, really. I think a lot of their cards in their hand. Oh, this one's an insect, so that one stays. A Gaia's Cradle, okay. I'll play this Hornagreed. Get a draw card. Alright, get to draw another card. Yep, I will play this. I guess it doesn't. I think the card that like I'm most worried about is something like Nantuko Vigilante, but I guess getting rid of activated abilities certainly seems good. I'll get to return the Undiscovered Paradise. I might want to stop during my upkeep. Okay. A new Gaia's Cradle. Cycle it. I might be wanting getting another Hornagreed. I think I will. I guess I don't need to do it during my upkeep because I have a draw trigger from Undiscovered Paradise. Yeah, I guess I'll wait. Because, well, I guess I could draw it. Yeah, I'll do it, and then I'll get to draw 2 from the Undiscovered Paradise. Okay, we take a damage. Okay. So I will cast this. Let's get another Hornagreed. Okay, draw that. Cast this. Then let's get Undiscovered Paradise and draw 2. 1, 2. I'll play Reflecting Pool. 1, 2. Okay. Let's play Summer Bloom. I'm gonna get to draw a lot of cards this turn. So we can 1. Alright. Pick this up. I'll pick up a Reflecting Pool. Oh, another Summer Bloom. Okay, that's good. Rishadan Port. Gonna draw a bunch of cards. I will. Do I think I'm gonna use this mana? I think there's not that big of a downside of taking extra damage in this spot. So I might need the colored mana with otherwise. Okay. I can. That's the way to do this. Do I want to play the other Hornagreed? I think I do. Draw some cards. Alright, another Summer Bloom is very good. Play Gemstone Mine. I'll play a Summer Bloom. Get to draw a lot of cards here. Rishadan Port, I'll play. I'll play Undiscovered Paradise. Play Reflecting Pool. 1, 2, 3. I'll play an Exploration. I'll play a Gemstone Mine. Play another Exploration. Play a Gemstone Mine. So I guess at this point I don't have other land drops. I can gamble for a Summer Bloom. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I might have played this slightly wrong. But I still need to draw the Seismic Assault. But okay, so I discarded an Enlightened Tutor. I'm going to, so if I use this for Enlightened Tutor, with that, then I will have, I still need, no, I need to play the Summer Bloom. Okay. I'll play Undiscovered Paradise. 1, 2, 3. I should get another. I need another Exploration, or okay. I was gonna say I need Exploration or keep going. Or a Seismic Assault. Alright, we have a Seismic Assault, 1, 2, so I will play a Rith Grove. This will return City Brass. Okay, I'll draw some cards. I'll play the, oh, no, we want red mana. Okay, Seismic Assault, and now I should be able to just shoot my opponent down. Alright, so it looks like we got there. Let's move on to game number 4. Looking at the sideboard, I don't think there's anything really that I need to change. I think I'm happy with this, so let's move on. Alright, we're back for game number 4. A hand that doesn't have the Horner Grade or the Line Tutor, that usually what we're looking for, but Cursed Totem is pretty powerful. I do have the ability to play it on turn 2. I think I'm going to keep this. Looks like Lester has mulligan to 6 at least, so we'll see how far he goes down. Okay, 6 cards is what he'll stay at. Guessing we're saying a, okay, so a Fyndhorn Elves, alright. I have, I'll play a City Brass. I guess maybe I should play the Reflecting Pool and then, because I'd be able to play like the Treva's Ruins, and when the ability is on the stack, I could tap the Reflecting Pool. So I'd save a point of damage. We'll see. Alright, so just attacking for 1. We'll be able to nullify the abilities of these creatures. I will play, I guess I'll play the Port. And resolve this Cursed Totem, and hopefully this will buy us a bit of time. I guess also with this humility, which normally is kind of redundant, but oh, there's a naturalize. Okay. So yeah, I'm now I'm looking, I guess, to play the humility before. Oh, well, no attacks there. I'm guessing that was a misclick. This. I think I want to save these summer blooms, so I'm going to play a reflecting pool. The question is, do I want to play a trade route, or do I want to use Rishadan Port on my opponent? They have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So the difference between 5 and 4. I think I'm going to put these trade routes in play, though I'm not sure if that's necessarily correct. Alright, so I'm looking to play this humility and hopefully buy me a little bit of time. More elves, okay. Attack just for 1, so don't know if that tells me anything what the... It might just be a post... Oh, I don't know what keeping that mana open would provide, but I'm going to cast this humility, I guess. I guess it's a little awkward if they have another naturalize, since they would just tap the priest in response, float the mana, and then naturalize it, but given that I don't really have anything to do with my turn, I think it's best to use this 4 mana when I can. Alright, so there's just 3 1/1s. I'll get attacked for a little bit. I'm really looking for a Horn of Greed. Okay. So I do have the ability to draw cards, which I think I might need to do. I am going to discard a Treva's Ruins to draw a card. Barbarian Ring. I think I'm going to discard this Barbarian Ring to draw a card. Yeah, Seismic Assault. That? Okay, that I will play. So I will play a Risk Grove and pick up this. I guess I will pick up a Rishadan Port. Okay, so I'm not playing the Seismic Assault this turn, so I will pass the turn. So now I gotta kind of figure out if I want to use the Seismic Assault to take out creatures, or if I want to use the lands to try and save for trade routes or the Horn of Greed that I hope to draw. Okay, so I'm getting attack for 3. Okay, so... Well, I do want to play the Seismic Assault. Okay. And I do have options to shoot down these creatures. Again, they're just 1/1s without abilities because of humility. So Going to 7, going to 8. I definitely want to shoot 1. I will shoot this priest. I'll discard. I think I can discard this Glacial or this Gemstone Mine. Going to 8, I think buys me a decent number of turns. Really would like a Hornegreed, I think. Plays a Gaia's Cradle, okay. 3 cards in hand. Collar of the Claw. Okay, so that doesn't actually trigger because of humility, so it's just a overcosted 1/1. So it's kind of like at this point I just need to stave off the defense. Oh, that's very good. Okay, so I think at this point, so if I play Hornegreed, I can play a land. I can draw a card. Even if I'm not able to play a bunch of lands this turn, I might be able to... I'm taking 3 at most. Okay, so I'll play, I guess, City Brass. Yep, I'll have to take a damage from City Brass. Okay, I'll play Undiscovered Paradise. Draw a card. Gaia's Blessing, okay. So I am able to shoot something down. I don't know if I need to. I think I'd rather have the land drop. Unless something really weird goes wrong. I guess shooting something would put me from 7 down to 5, and that would give me... No, it would not give me an extra turn with Glacial Chasm. I guess if I had Glacial Chasm plus a Rith Grove or a Treva's Ruins, then it would give me an extra turn. Okay. This... I don't think... Like, at this point, it's, like, not the worst. Because... Oh, that's not good. Destroying the Hornegreed is not good. Okay, so I think at this point I'm kind of just going into defensive mode. I'm going to be trying to destroy a lot of creatures. So let's return the City of Brass. I will shoot down this Collar of the Claw. I think I'm going to shoot down Lamerals. And I'll try... Yeah, I guess I'll shoot this down too. And maybe that's being like real aggressive. They only have 1 card in hand, but I'm going to try and play the control route. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm going to play this Hornegreed. I'm going to take 2 from the orangutan, but at least I have that Undiscovered Paradise draw engine going on in future turns. So hopefully there's no land here. I guess it does. I'm not like too unexcited if my opponent has an extra card draw here. Okay, Wireward Symbiote. That one's not that scary. I mean, like, I have the option to destroy this. Okay, get attacked for 2. Alright, so holding on here, I think. A Summer Bloom. I don't know. Don't think that's the card we really wanted. But I will play a Gaia's Blessing. I will shuffle back Humility. Do I want Cursed Totem? I feel like I almost just want lands at this point. I'm going to try that. I do draw the Humility. And I think I'm going to I will pass a turn. I think I will shoot down this Uktabi orangutan. Okay, Fintorn Elves. 3 mana. Lots of mana. Kamal. With no mana, that's fine. Does that change what I want to do with humility? I think I still want to shoot this. Okay, so I don't have a lot of life to play with. Alright, I think I might need to play my Summer Bloom. Summer Bloom, okay. Draw a card. 2. I do have the option to get Glacial Chasm. I can play this. I can play Humility, go to 3. I can also play Summer Bloom. I guess I can play Summer Bloom without any real downside. I guess I need to draw a land to shoot stuff if I need to. 1, 2. Okay. I can play this other Summer Bloom. Get 2 more card draws. There's no guarantee that I'd be able to shoot down stuff. I could just play Humility. I guess I'm just going to play Humility and shoot down Kamal and Wayward Symbiote. Turn an elf. Okay. So I will cast this. Okay. Guess there's a benefit of shooting this right away because of Gaia's Cradle, but am I afraid? I guess there's just a benefit of keeping these lands in. I guess I have 2 Undiscovered Paradise as I were tapped, so it's better just to keep damage down and Gaia's Cradle less effective. I'll shoot this stuff. Okay. Now these are some pretty thin lines that I'm walking. I'm not sure if I'm doing everything exactly the way I need it to, but I feel like this is definitely a game that we can win. I think the card I want to draw is Hornagreed or Enlightened Tutor. Squee, alright. I think that one's okay. Alright, lands come back. Yeah, I'll play Undiscovered. Alright. More Summer Blooms, alright. These are good. We'll tap Undiscovered. And I guess Treva's Ruins. And Undiscovered. City of Brass. Ooh, Engineer Plague's nice. I'll play this Engineered Plague. And I think I will pass. I think I will shoot this squee. Since I do have the trade routes, that can shoot it or pick up lands that I need to if necessary. Alright. Get rid of that guy. I'm not exactly sure. I think it still has an ability in the graveyard, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. Okay, here's a 1/1. Oh, nope. Here's a dead creature. Okay, this goes back to my hand. Undiscovered Paradise. It's a good draw. I mean, I'm in pretty firm control. There are a lot of Summer Blooms in my graveyard. Yeah, I think it's basically just cycling these. I think that's okay. Okay. Exploration's good. This one's nice. Let's get Horn of Greed. Don't think... Okay, so that was enough for Leicester. Well, I guess we get to sneak on by and figure out who is going to take this match with Game 5, so we will see you soon. Okay, we had a Cursed Totem, an Engineered Plague, and Humility. We taken out a Wasteland, a Trade Route, I think I took out a Glacial Chasm, but I'm actually going to take out Gaea's Blessing. I don't think that's the card we need, so let's try this, and let's go on to Game 5. Alright, for Game 5, we're on the draw. Leicester has kept 7 cards without really any like card draw engine. I guess Trade Routes kind of is a card draw engine in some sense, but just I think too slow that I'm going to mulligan. Okay, this has the ability to get an exploration, or maybe I just need multiple Horn of Greeds. I'm going to put an Enlightened Tutor on the bottom, and I'm going to keep this. Okay. So this hand might be a little bit too slow, though. I'm a little bit worried. Oh, I guess a turn 1 Wirewood Symbiote is not the worst thing. Okay, we'll start with a Gemstone Mine. The question is here is, am I Enlightening Tutor at the end of turn for an exploration? Do I want to wait for maybe using it for another Horn of Greed? I guess if there's no Mana Elf this turn, then I think Rishadan Port could be okay. Because at this point, if Leicester had access to 2 mana, it didn't really do anything. Oh, okay. Oh, well, still that... I don't think that really changed anything. I think... Okay, so if I Enlighten Tutor... I guess if I Enlighten Tutor for exploration, then I can Horn of Greed the next turn and play like Gemstone Mine. Okay, I guess I'll go for that. Because going forward, I really do want an exploration in play. So we'll take that. I guess maybe I should just be getting something like Engineer Plague, but okay. I get to tap during the upkeep. I guess if there's a Gaia's Cradle, that's unfortunate, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, just an attacking for 3. I think that's something that is good for us. I'd like to see another land. Okay, Kieran Ranger again. Okay. Okay, Wasteland. So I'll play this Hornegreed. I should get 2 draws out of this, so that's decent. I don't know if responding that makes a difference. Not getting a mountain. Ooh, Emerald Charm. Okay. I will play a Gemstone Mine. Draw a card. Guess I'm passing the turn here. So Emerald Charm takes out the Exploration. Okay. With only 2 cards in hand, I think this is something that's like pretty doable. Especially if Lesser's not able to play a... I guess he will be able to play a land because of Kieran Ranger, but... This is not the pressure that I guess I was expecting, so... Okay, a Wooded Foothills. And a pass. Okay. I'll play Reflecting Pool. Another Hornegreed. So I want to cast this turn. I think I do. I mean, there's no like super mana engine on the other side. So I'm just going to play this here. And if worse comes to worse, I do have crop rotation for a Glacial Chasm. So I think it's okay giving my opponent an extra card draw from the Hornegreed to save me some mana on my next turn. Okay. So I'm really looking for cards like Summer Bloom, Exploration, Enlightened Tutor. Here we have a Gaia's Cradle. So, okay, there's a mana engine. Firewood Symbiote. Okay. I think we're still feeling okay. Attack for 4. This could be a lot worse. I think I take this 4. I guess maybe there's a spot where I should be... Okay. I think I want to play this Wasteland. Treva's Ruined. And a crop rotation. Okay, so if I am Wastelanding and then tapping 2 lands, I do think I need to do this. Well, I guess I don't... Does it give me more time to... I guess I have 2 crop rotations. Like, I think life is my most important resource here. So if I crop rotated for a Glacial Chasm, I would go to 6 the next turn, then I could go to 2. But going to 2 is not very good because I can't ever upkeep another one. I am going to Wasteland this Gaia's Cradle. Okay, 5 mana is tapped, okay. I'll pass, I will tap a forest during the upkeep. I think I do need to get Glacial Chasm. Caller the Claw, okay. I will tap forest. Okay. I really just need an exploration or a summer bloom. I'm getting attacked for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I do need to do the crop rotation. I'm going to lose 2 lands. I'm going to lose a Gemstone Mine and a Rishadan Port. Yavimaya Granger. Okay. Returns the Granger and plays it again. Okay. I think this is just a searching out lands. Doesn't get any extra benefit from the Horner Grate. Alright, so here I think I'm kind of forced to go get a Glacial Chasm. Sacrifice a Rishadan Port. Won't take any damage. Yeah, there's 3 cards in hand for Lester. Untaps, okay. Granger's back in hand, so more Granger action I think is what we're in store for. Oh, I guess not. I will pay 2 life. Okay. I will play an Undiscovered Paradise. Draw 2. Alright, no Summer Bloom, no Exploration. So the turn will be passed. I'll tap a Gaia's Cradle during the upkeep. Don't need to tap my Paradise right now, since I have so many lands in hand. Okay. The question is, do I pay 4, or during my upkeep, do I use crop rotation to get the other Glacial Chasm and sack the Glacial Chasm? I guess it doesn't buy me any... Oh, I guess... because with like something like Treva's Ruins, that maybe is something that I need to do. But I can't ever... I guess without Exploration or Summer Bloom, which I guess I kind of have to assume that I'm going to draw. Right, that's not great. What is this survival getting? Anger. Anger is the card, okay. So Haste is coming into play. I don't know. I guess Haste with mana with things like Priest of Titania is relevant, so I don't know if this is like a Priests into Massacre or and Kamal. That's definitely a lot, but could be a possibility. There's 800 Kieran Rangers in play, so I think this could be pretty grim for us. There's a Massacre, okay. There's the Priest. Priest taps for 5 mana. Yeah, I think we pretty much lose our lands here. Well, return support, yeah, and the Wirewood Symbiotes can return elves. I think we just lose like all our lands here. I'll wait to see what Lester does, but I think we're in pretty bad shape. Oh. Cast Fenhornels. Okay. Alright, using survival, discarding orangutan. That's probably bad for us. I think you can just get Kamal. Okay. Kamal gets played. There's multiple activations. I'm going to lose all my lands. Or just the Glacial Chasm, and then I'm going to die. Yeah, so it looks like the Elves deck is going to take this one down. I do have the option to like crop rotation the Glacial Chasm that he's trying to kill, but I think he has enough mana that he can just use Kamal again. It's not really worth doing. So I think the Elves deck has taken it down. All right, I will concede. So that was the match between Lands and Elves. I think the Sideboard games with the Humilities and the Engineer Plagues give me a little bit more of a chance. I think the first games, I think actually Glacial Chasm might be able to sneak out a win. But pretty interesting matchup. So hope you guys enjoyed this match. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe or like. Also, comment on any of the videos that I post is also helpful. If you are looking to see any specific matchup, let me know, and we can see if we can make that happen. But until next time, take care.